Hey, welcome to Sizzling with Cindle. Just gonna uh, introduce myself. I'm Alan Cindle, in case we've never met. Tonight, just gonna do it live with you guys and see what's popping in your world. Let you know what's going on in mine. I'm sure everybody that you know, family, friends, in some way, have been feeling the pinch lately, either in their pocketbook for gas prices or food prices. And summer, the kids just got out for school, and I'm sure that a lot of you have kids at home, and you're thinking, "What? My gosh, what am I going to do?" Because it costs you more to feed them during the summer. A lot of times, there's not a lot to do, and um, if you have teenagers at home, you know they eat a lot, and so it's hard to feed them. So we can talk about a few things on how to prepare for that and save you some money to do those things and make things stretch. And also what your plans are to do to occupy their time. And another thing that brings us to is I'm sure the cost, and what nobody's really talked about is the cost of childcare is probably going to go up when school starts back up for those after school programs, as gas prices were expected to go up to $6 per gallon by August, they said. That puts a crunch on a lot of school too, and I probably we're going to see some shifts in school programs as far as the arts. They always kept the arts. It seems like the first thing to go is either band or art class or something, and you probably won't have school trips. That senior school trip that everybody likes to take at the end of the year, their senior year, may not happen. Um, and there's been two classes that's dealt kind of with that, with COVID being shut down. They didn't have their senior year, their senior moments, and some of us that are older really look back on those senior trips that we took and those times that we had, those dances, whatever. A lot of that's going to get pushed aside as we go forward here into 2022, and it just makes you wonder, what kind of world we're going to. So, everybody keeps talking about Ukraine and Russia, and that's on the forefront. And yes, it's a big deal, but there's a lot of things going on here in America that we should be focusing on to solve and make better. I think that America, we're definitely blessed because we've been the land of plenty for such a long time, and we do supply a lot of the world's food. We're an exporter, so we, as far as not having food, I don't know if that's going to be the case. It may be some things that will be shorted on, and we may hurt in certain areas, or we may not have it on the shelf for sparse times. But an overall complete no food whatsoever to be on the shelves in the stores, I don't see that happening here. Um, it could. I don't see that right now. I think that you're going to be able to find some things to eat. You may not like them as well as you would prefer eating a steak or whatever it may be that you prefer, but you could definitely find some food. I believe that there's going to be food there. The problem we're going to run into, if we see any shortages or shelves completely wiped out, it'll be due to the non-transportation of the food, I believe, from the truckers not moving product because diesel is going to be so high. So it's going to be a really tightrope act, if I can use that word, for them to balance both the cost of getting the goods to the store, if they can, and then keeping the price reasonable enough for you to even purchase it. There may be, if it gets so high that products can't even be purchased, then they're going to throw those things away. So really, it's just wild the way you think of it. It can really spin out of control in a really short amount of time if they don't watch what they're doing. And I think, and I say they, I mean our federal government, and I think our state government, we should be calling them and asking them what is their plan, because the states should have a plan too. They are our local government here, and they should be already putting a plan in place for those things that they see. And we should also look to see what resources we have in every state and those states that are directly around us, and see if those regional cooperatives can happen. If one state produces something, that the other state doesn't, and then we can kind of barter out our barter system between states. So those are some things I think, thinking outside of the box, we should look at, and that our state officials should try to look into, and see what they can do for the common man and the people that they're entrusted to take care of. That's what our government is for, so we can localize and unify to the benefit of everybody. So get on the phone and ask your congressman, what's the plan? What do we have here that we can make sure that we're not going to run out of? Oklahoma, we're fortunate. We have lots of farming land here. We have lots of beef production, and we have local meat processing plants. And some of those are new. Some of them are long time family owned and operated. So it's possible to still survive and make things do here in Oklahoma and Texas as well. I'm sure those are places around here. Now, I don't know what they have up north. I've never been north of Kansas, and so I couldn't tell you. Once you get in, I'm sure Nebraska, it's a ranching place, but when you go north and west and you go north and east, I don't know what they have there. I'm sure they do have that there. I'm not so naive to think that we still live in teepees here, like they may not have those things back to the east or the west. So anyways, I just think it's pretty amazing that we're going through all these things, that everything's kind of been on top of one another, one right after the other, crisis after crisis. The baby food shortages, which is just ridiculous because they don't have shortages in Mexico, they don't have shortages in Canada, but we have a shortage here. It's the same company, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for why we went to Europe to have things flown from Europe into the United States when we have a trade agreement with both Canada and with Mexico, and the company that owns the same product, why can't they get that product and just logistics resend it up? I know that shipping cost is high, but hey, they're all about that, spending that money in Washington D.C. So why not spend some money on something that makes sense, like sending baby formula back to America that needs to be there. So anyways, that's just my opinion. You can take it or leave it. Some people will be mad about that, and I'm sure we all have different opinions, but that's just mine. So but anyways, this is not my normal thing. I don't really get on here to talk about anything other than cooking something or eating something, and we discuss a lot of the seasonings, the cooking temperatures, then all that stuff. But just thought I'd get on here and talk about some things that are kind of pressing in today's world that affects everybody. We all love to eat, and my last little video I put on there was about spam, and that's kind of just I guess just a heads up to say, we may be eating food out of cans and not have fresh meat. And if it comes to that, here's a way to at least enjoy it a little better. And I'll be doing a series of different things. Me and my wife have talked about different recipes about how to make things a little better. We've got some of those 3-day dry food kits, and we've opened some of those up, and those freeze-dried kits, they're okay. They're not grandma's cooking. They're not at all, but they are hey, if it really gets bad, and we're down to that, it's really, really bad. And so I just think that everybody should probably have a precaution, just to have. I mean, you never know when a tornado may come through, and it happens here in Oklahoma a lot, but it can happen anywhere. And to have something like that just tucked away, maybe in a storage shed where you have something, it's better than nothing at all. And they're quick. Most of them are add water and let it set 15 minutes, and you're good to go with a meal. So as a last resort kind of item, I think they're great to have. They're also great for camping. If they're lightweight, you can pack them, take them. They don't take up much room, and so they're great to have. But I've done a few videos in the past, and you can find them in my channel where we've tried those and gave our opinions on both the breakfast and the dinner ones. And we've also kind of played around on seasoning different things just to try to make it better. But all in all, just wanted to jump on here and see what everybody's opinion was and give my 2 cents on how things are, and really just trying to hone in on this live talking or this blog type deal. Hope to be doing this more often. Hope to start with going lives maybe every Sunday and just talk a little bit about current events or some things that are pressing on my mind that I'd like to share with other people. So if you're into this and you like what we got and you want to talk about things, hit that subscribe button and make sure you leave a comment. You can email us at sizzlingwithcindle@yahoo.com. Sizzlingwithcindle@yahoo.com. So that's pretty easy to do. As you can see, our channel name is Sizzling with Cindle. All you got to do is add at yahoo.com. Now we've got some events that we're going to be doing just as far as our food truck goes. I don't know if some of you knew this or not, but last year we lost our generator and we were unable to do any more really shows out and about without having our own power. So it made it difficult to go out and use our food truck. But we've replaced that generator now, and we're fixing to get back on the circuit and go do some events and hopefully fulfill out our year we need to do. I've got a goal set. I'd like to do 15 this year between now and the end of the year in December. And you can do cooks in December. If you followed our Instagram page at the Coach Cindle, you would have seen that we went to the Cherokee Nation last year. So you can find all kinds of stuff to do in every month, and that's what we intend to do. We'd like to do 1 or 2 things every month from here on out. And we love cooking, we love serving people, we love putting smiles on people's face and filling those bellies.